And now we move on to our next story, which, if you guys are watching us on our YouTube channel, those guys on the radio, then you can tell that the lights are on and we're wearing different shirts. So not only are we recording this in a different recording session, but also I want to mention that Halloween in July is sadly over. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed all the stuff that was on our Those Guys on the Radio, Those Guys Play, and Teacher Productions YouTube channel. And if you didn't see all that stuff, you can still watch it now, because it's still there. It's not like it's not going to get, wiped off the second Halloween in July is done. But either way, it's been a fun Halloween in July. And it's sad that we didn't get to talk about this before Halloween in July was over, because it's the darkest, edgiest. We got to turn the lights back off, Tristan. It's just so dark and edgy. We're talking about the Titans trailer, which I will say, on the record, I have been drinking, and I'm happy, because I don't know if I want to talk about this sober.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to talk about this sober. So, all my thoughts, everything I thought about this, I thought about while sober. I just don't know how it's going to come out while I'm less than sober. But, anyway, Tristan, so, this was a trailer for Titans, and not Teen Titans, because that would be, we gotta establish brand recognition. We can't just be all Teen Titans, Like, gotta be hip and edgy, right? Gotta be what those kids want. Which they were going to originally go for avocado toast razor blades, but they were like, I don't know. They thought they should probably go for something. Again, they wanted to have that brand recognition. But, I can't. Okay, so I'm sure you guys know when you're watching the videos. I can't see him, so I don't know if he's breaking or cracking or anything. So I only know in post. For those of you listening to the podcast version, you don't see any of this. But still, I thought I didn't know if that made you laugh or not. I heard a little bit of it, but I was like, he'll be fine. And then it just but anyway. This trailer was... It's frustrating because it wasn't 100% bad. The issue is that what it was trying to do, both as a trailer to get me hyped for the show, and to get me hyped for where it's going, i.e. not like the show, but where the show is going to be airing. I don't know if Tristan knows this. Do you know where this is going to be airing, Tristan?
I was assuming Netflix?
No, it's not Netflix. It's not television. It's not HBO, which is still television, but, premium. No, it's going to be on DC's new exclusive streaming service. That's not a joke. That's for real. Now, by the way,
I know we've been talking about everyone making their own streaming service nowadays,
kidding.
But... Oh my god.
Now, here's the thing. I don't think there's actually a problem. I actually looked at DC's official streaming service website. I'll send it to you later, Tristan. I'll even link it down below if some of you guys are actually morbidly curious. It doesn't look bad. The problem is they thought, we're going to make new content. This show is going to help bring people in. And it's like, no, you're so wrong about all of that. Like, this actually made me not want to subscribe to their streaming service. This one trailer made me go... No, I'm good. Like, this trailer made me forget.
No, I'm good.
But Tristan, you have to understand, and all of you watching, listening, you have to understand, this trailer made me forget Batman the Animated Series. That's how bad things got. For a second. Because Batman the Animated Series is going to be on the streaming service in HD.
Oh.
But I forgot that even existed. I had to look at the streaming services site and see that it was in HD to be like, right, of course they're going to put on archived stuff like Batman the Animated Series or Justice League the Animated Series. Heck, they'll probably have the Teen Titans series, the animated one, on there as well. They didn't confirm, but I would imagine. But still, I just forgot about all that due to how bad a majority, I was going to say a major part, but yeah, a majority of this trailer was. Or at least the characters were, some of the acting, some of the lines, how they even interacted, and also didn't interact. And it was just something that I kind of sat back and I was like, I don't think we needed this. That's the thing. Like, people have been asking for Titans, and it's funny, because people have also been asking for a for a live action adaptation of Titans, be it movie or TV show. But I don't think anyone wanted it to be like this.
Right.
Like, I don't know, Tristan. Like, I know it's just the two of us, but, you know, I would love for people to comment down in the comment section below and tell me what they think. But, you know, I want to throw it over to you, Tristan. What did this trailer do for you, and what did it not do for you? Because you also feel very similar to myself with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, like, I don't know, because we're on kind of opposite ends. Oddly enough, I was okay with Robin's character in a sense, because I can see going that way with his character, but like you kind of explained to me, it's not using the right Robin.
Yes, there's plenty of different Robins, and I'm not saying that. Here's the thing, Tristan. I will never tell you, oh, teenagers aren't filled with angst. In fact, that's actually very accurate, right? As an assessment of teenagers, myself included, yourself included, as a teenager, we were filled with angst. But the thing is that it's just one of those things where it's just like, to have him just be like, fuck Batman. Also, the way he said it, too. And that's just the actor, and, you know, maybe the actor's really young. But just, I don't know, just the whole, like, fuck Batman. It came off like a parody. And I've seen parodies. That's the thing. I've seen parodies. And I've shown you some of them. The one by Star Kid. They also did a Harry Potter musical. Do you remember that parody with, like, it was like a Batman, there was like Batman, Robin, and then it was wholly musical Batman. And there was Superman in there as well, and they were cursing. It was like really funny because it was just like, yeah, well, fuck you, fuck you. And, yeah, you remember that. That's the way it comes off when it's like, where is that Batman? Fuck Batman. And it's like, all right, kid, like, it just doesn't, like, because the thing is, you know, I showed you some parody, some people making fun of it, and so, you know, I thought about, you know, the whole, like, oh god, it feels like a parody, even before others were, I saw others making fun of it. But the thing is that, like, it's just, even putting aside the fact that, oh, it's a different Robin, you know, that would be very much like fuck Batman, yada yada. It's also the idea that it's just one of those things where it feels like DC executives got together in a room and were truly like, what are some bad words that he could say to make the kids really like this? And it's just like, well, kids totally all the time want to say F their parents. So we just have him say F his parents. But not the dead ones. That's kind of a little bit off. He should, because remember, this is Dick Grayson. His parents died in the fucking circus. They showed it in the trailer. So it's like, well, not the dead ones. Those he reveres, but his alive one, yeah, fuck Batman. But not Alfred though. He's cool with Alfred. Like you know, like Alfred, it's kind of like a go to hell, and he's like,
Alfred was always there.
Yeah, he's like, go to hell, Alfred. And he's like, yeah, I'll meet you there first, sir. And but you see what?
I'll get the cab ready.
I'll get the cab ready. But still, you see what, like, I'm not saying that Robin can't have issues with Batman. You're right. Every Robin at one point has had some issue with Batman. He isn't...
Right, that's what I was thinking.
He isn't the easiest guy to work with. Really? We said about the guy that dresses up in a bat costume to beat down criminals? Yeah, he's not the easiest guy to work with. We know.
Look, kid, I lost my parents.
So did I.
Really?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's just like, seriously? You're playing that card?
That's funny, yeah. But yeah, to everyone, by the way, everyone is an orphan other than, like, Damien. Everyone is, because both of his parents are alive. They're just not really seeing eye to eye. It's funny, because, like, that's just the weird, with Damien, it's like the weirdest divorce thing, where it's just like, so sometimes mommies and daddies just fucked. Like, they weren't even, like, into it, really. And then the mommies are like, let's make child assassins. And this is breaking down really fast. Like, Damien's like, look, can we just act like that never happened?
Right.
But anyway, so what were you gonna say? Because you actually didn't really enjoy Raven, where to me I was like, I'm not as it wasn't as frustrating to me as with Robin. But what's your issue with Raven?
Well, because at least just from the trailer, it made her seem just like a crying mess.
Right.
And granted, with her lineage, I would be too. But for me, I only ever saw the animated series. I haven't read any comics or anything like that. But Raven, a really integral part of her character was she knew where she came from, and she knew she had this horrible destiny waiting for her. But she always tried to do good, in spite of that.
Right. But also remember that the Raven...
Like, she had moments where she lost control of her powers and stuff like that, yeah. But she wasn't... I don't know, she didn't seem to have a breakdown about it every time.
Right, but remember that, well, we don't know much about this Raven. Assuming that this is a kind of, prequel, origin story, like everything has to fucking be, we can assume that when we were watching Teen Titans, they're already an established team. Like, the first episode starts with all of them hanging out eating pizza. That wasn't their first day on the job in the animated series.
Right.
So this is before they're even Titans. And heck, we don't even know if they're teens. I mean, it's not even in the name of the show. God only knows. They could all be. They could all be 80.
They're probably. Oh no, Matt! That's what they should have called it. Superpowered 20-somethings.
Superpowered 20-somethings is okay. You don't understand, Tristan. There was a U.S. show. It wasn't adapted from a Japanese show. There was a U.S. superhero show called Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills. It's real. Google it. And I looked at the camera, but that sentiment also extends to you, Tristan. Yeah. So that's real, and you just reminded me of that. So thank you for hurting me worse than the alcohol. But
the worst part is I thought I didn't know that existed, but as soon as you said the full title, I realized I did.
Because I told you about it before.
So I really just hurt both of us.
But
that's our traumatic backstory.
That's our traumatic backstory. Yeah, the fact that we know that exists. Look, I'm not saying that Raven could also be considered a character that is changed up from her, at least from her animated series counterpart. It's just like, it's just something about. Also, that I would like to mention as well the fact that we got to see nothing of Beast Boy or Starfire, two characters that are also vastly different, but could also be kind of good, right? They could, but we get nothing of that. It seems like we're just going to get, at least from the trailer alone. That's why I think it's a really bad trailer, because all we know is there's a deep darkness. For some reason, Raven needed to find Robin because apparently there's prophecies. Although I do believe Raven did have some of those powers, to be fair. But, by the way, I like the effects for her powers. Those are actually good. We should be real. Like, I loved, like, the way the darkness flowed from her. I was like, oh, damn. Like, that was actually pretty good.
As long as they stay in the dark.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I think from the way the trailer looks, I don't even know if I could see anything. I'm pretty sure it was all in the dark. Like, one of them is gonna, like, that's the biggest, that actually, Tristan, I found the biggest flaw.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. If this series is going to be anything, it's going to be dark.
No, it's not. The biggest flaw in terms of trying to have like suspension of disbelief, right, isn't the fact that they were always in the dark, because they are most likely in Gotham. That I get. It's the fact that none of them made any of the scenes brighter by bringing out a cell phone. They're teenagers, goddammit. The only thing that they'd be doing the entire time outside of being superheroes is Snapchat. So don't fucking come to me and not have a cell phone. That, you're telling me that the scene wouldn't immediately go from like, what's the opacity on that? Is that like 1% to just being brighter than the sun? The second one of them takes out a cell phone to be like, hold on, I'm going to Snapchat this. I feel like Beast Boy is going to be the first one to take out a cell phone, don't you? I think if any one of them is going to take out a cell phone for a selfie, it's probably going to be Beast Boy. I know that's a random aside, but don't tell me it's not accurate. Don't tell me he's not going to do it.
No comment.
You're lying to all of us, Tristan. No, but...
I said no comment.
But yeah, another thing too, by the way, this is a random aside. This is not random, but this is a nerdier thing that I've heard that I kind of agree with. Starfire, the effects for Starfire's like her powers are not supposed to be fire based, but they look like she's just spouting out fire, which people were like, but why? So another thing too, by the way, the effects in general, while I did like Raven's effects, still were super duper low budget, which I don't think is a problem if you're going for network television or other streaming services. When you're trying to go for streaming services that you are creating, that are trying to draw people in, you can't skimp out so much that it looked like a fan trailer, because it did. I don't know about you, Tristan, but to me, it looked like a fan trailer. Now, let's not say anything bad about it. Like, we've seen good fan trailers, but did it look like... If I told you that was a fan trailer and not that it was an official DC Teen Titans, would you be like, oh, wow, that's good. That's, I mean, not my cup of tea, but that's good that someone actually got, their friends together to make that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Not like, oh, it's shit. No, just... Tristan. Like, and you even agree. That's the thing. Like, if I didn't tell you it was official, you'd be like, wait, that's real?
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with it, I think. There's a lot of problems with it, but I think the biggest problem is that it's supposed to sell a streaming service, at least partially. It's supposed to sell a streaming service, and it's not like a random show. Like, Netflix can have random shows, and some of them can flop. Some of them will be like Stranger Things, right? But it's not like Stranger Things is in continuity with a stand-up special that Netflix makes that bombs. You know what I mean? In this case, they're actually, like... in this case, you actually have, DC making this show in continuity, seemingly in continuity with everything else going on in the DC universe right now in movies.
Right.
Oh, let me be fair, I don't know if it's movies or TV shows, because funnily enough, Tristan, I don't know if you know this, everything that's going on in the TV shows, like Arrow, The Flash, that's not canon to the movies that are going on right now. There's a different Flash in both the movies and the TV show. Everyone was also pissed about that as well. So my point is that this actually could be canon to like Arrow and Flash, and but not actually canon to the movies. To be fair, because all we know is that from the trailers is that Batman exists, but no Cyborg, which means that there's a good chance that it is canon because Cyborg is in the new Justice League. Like he is in the newer comics. Yeah. Either way, I'll say this much, Tristan. While you and I disagreed on... Because, like, you were a bit more, flustered over, Raven's characterization. I was a bit more flustered with Robin's. But I think we can both come together and agree that this isn't going to make you want to buy a streaming service. Even if you were on the fence thinking maybe. This would not be the thing to tip you into the yes. No. And that's... that's just the worst thing about it. If there's a worst thing, right? Some people say the worst thing is the characterization. Some people say the worst thing is the writing, is the direction, is the lighting. Honestly, I think the worst thing is that this was trying to be made to sell something that it might have dissuaded people. And the fact that we have people at Warner Brothers losing jobs, right, over mistakes made by executives who clearly don't actually know what people want. Like, I don't know if you know this, Tristan, there's been a lot of layoffs over the last few years due to the underperforming of stuff like Batman vs. Superman. Technically, Suicide Squad, because Wonder Woman did very well, to be fair. But Suicide Squad, there's been a lot of people getting laid off due to these, massive budgets. I mean, like $250 million, and then it makes $250 million, which you would think, again, to us, we're like, oh my God, you made $250 million. But to them, it's like, and we had to put money towards advertising. That's the thing, Tristan. It costs money to have Batman versus Superman posters in Times Square.
You mean you didn't make $500 million back? Get out of my face.
Exactly. But no. But thing is, though, they made nothing. They made less. They lost money. Yeah. They lost money if they spent more on advertising, and they only got $250 million. And they spent $250 million. But still, my point is that, you know, when you have these situations happening and you have people out there going, I feel like there's some out of touch executives here, and then what do you get? You get more out of touch bullshit.
Right.
Because I'm gonna say nobody, because there's obviously somebody out there that really loves this Titans trailer, and that's okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not. There's nothing wrong with that person, but it's the fact that so many people looked at this. Now, granted, I'm not saying it has to be Teen Titans animated series again. I'm not even saying you have to only make animated Teen Titans new seasons and nothing else. But guess what? I'll say this much, right? I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that, you know, you don't have to. And that's the only thing you can ever do. You can't do anything else. Like, no. But I'll say this much. Right. Star Wars, Disney with Star Wars, they got it right. They got it right. All you had to do, all DC had to do for their, by the way, it's actually called DC Universe. Worst name for a streaming service. All they had to do was just take Teen Titans, the original, and go, you know what? Let's make one more season for the fans. Keep it exclusive to there. It won't be a branding issue because it's only on DC Universe. And that's it. That's all they had to do. Disney got it right. I'm not even trying to sit there and say Disney gets everything right, but Disney got it right. One more season of Clone Wars, and we'll put it on the streaming service. No, but seriously though.
I mean, to be fair, I think the animated series might actually be coming back.
What? Teen Titans?
Of Teen Titans.
If it is, then they should have maybe done a revert. Like, they should have held off on this, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this, in my opinion, dilutes the brand to some people. Granted, I know people are going to watch animated series regardless, but I'm just like, you know, even if this exists, but I just don't think this was a good decision. That's all I'm saying. This was not a good decision. This isn't going to make you want to pay $8 a month, or to be on the cheap side, actually, to be fair, to be a good deal, $75 a year to make you want to see this show at any point. At any point, Tristan. No.